tenants own it. They are their own landlords.
We, the people, have got the power to do things for ourselves.
It takes it up a level when you start to vote and make decisions and you've got a membership and an ownership of an organisation.
Gateway is run by tenants for tenants.
Since the first community gateway was set up in Preston in 2005, we've seen the model embraced in Watford, Lewisham and Braintree. It really works, and in Preston this has already been formally recognised.
We had an audit commission inspection only 2.5 years into being the Community Gateway Association. From that audit commission inspection we got 2 stars plus promising prospects for improvement. It just made it worthwhile to see that becoming a tenant orientated organisation does actually work and that we can work together.
In community gateway organisations, residents, as full shareholding members and therefore the legal owners, have the right to influence and get involved at any level in how the organisation is run. In the years leading up to transfer, the hard work and commitment of residents has been key to establishing each of the 4 community gateways. This involvement has set the tone and placed tenants at the heart of the organisations right from the start.
We generally trooped around the housing estates, the centre of Watford, anywhere where tenants gathered and talked to them about Community Gateway.
People are not particularly shy in Watford, but I think they felt through talking to the tenants who
they were getting an honest answer to their questions.
We drew up a list of questions, went and actually knocked on every door. It always rained, it always was freezing cold.
And then we got the chance to vote on this, to decide what we wanted. So it gave us the power that we never had before.
In the decisions leading up to transfer, a cultural change was already taking place.
Everything was from a tenant's perspective.
The offer document we were involved on every page, the tenancy agreement we were involved in it. So we knew and the staff knew that this was truly tenant-led.
So we've had many debates over the months, and one of the really ones that stands out in my mind is the one where we actually had a meeting to decide what the organisation was going to be called.
We came up with Greenfields and that was the name that the tenants picked. We had to get a definite break away from the council, which we achieved when we became Greenfields.
As part of a community gateway, residents and communities are in the driving seat.
I was absolutely in awe of my first meeting, that the tenants have so much say, and Gateway listens.
The feeling it gives you is brilliant. You know, it's ownership, it's mine, it's ours, and we've never had that before.
You're literally sewn into the organisation in such a way that whenever a decision's been taken place or we're deciding on policies or strategies or funding or budgets, we're there, someone's there.
But once you know that you are a tenant, you're a member, you're a registered member, you actually own the organisation that is administering your housing and the environment, of course you'll get involved.
Thank you all for attending this our 3rd AGM.
Residents can get involved at any level that they choose, and it's about doing as much or as little as you want.
Resolution 4 is the reappointment of Nigel Wilson to the board. All those in favour of reappointing Nigel?
For some, tonight might be the only involvement they have with Community Gateway, but it's their chance to come here and vote for what they think is right. I mean, for others, they get involved more, but we really appreciate the input that we get from everybody.
You've got to choose what part. Someone may just want to get a questionnaire once a year. Someone like me, actually, I love to go to the meetings and be making key decisions about real things that are happening in everyday life in our communities.
It takes a top-down and a bottom-up approach tenants on the board, like me, the Gateway Committee, quite heavily involved tenants. But there's as much work goes on at local area level, in the local community areas, so that people in those areas have a real, true role in shaping what goes on in those areas.
A community gateway is actually about empowerment, making a difference, influencing. Involvement and participation are not the same as empowerment and enabling. The community gateway model offers the structures, it offers the culture, it offers the guidance, it offers the principles for everybody.
Our empowerment team is brilliant. If you want to do that much, they'll get you to do just that little bit more, in a nice way, in a brilliant way.
Our model demands that residents and staff work alongside each other, developing a shared understanding and trust.
If you want my honest words, it's a family.
So sometimes you come into the office and you can't tell who is us, our staff or our residents.
Everybody is singing from the same hymn sheet, and we all want to see tenants in a decent home and a decent environment.
In the beginning I was sort of quite hesitant, but my viewpoint started to change, and as I said, I love working in this environment and the involvement that we have with the tenants.
This mutual respect is reinforced by the fact that tenants and staff are trained together.
The staff aren't the experts on their own, the gateway group's not the experts on their own, and the board aren't the experts on their own, but together we're the experts because we all know everything about everything together.
All of us have worked with the customer services team on the telephones, and I think that is really eye-opening.
Good afternoon, Watford Community Housing Trust, Jean speaking.
I think it gives you an insight into all the questions that come in. Behind the scenes, we never knew what went on, but now you take part in it, you know, and you're part of that.
Residents alongside officers have been responsible for the recruitment of staff at every level of the organisation.
It said on the letter that came through that obviously residents would be on the actual interview panel. So again, for me, that added interest because it wasn't just words. It wasn't, we're going to put tenants at the heart of the organisation. God, they're being involved in the recruitment of a director.
With the structures in place to empower and enable, residents are able to work with staff and board members to influence decisions, challenge standards, and improve the services they receive.
Like the refurbishment now and things that's going on, they're coming in and asking us what sort of kitchens we want. We've got a choice. There's a kitchen designer comes in. We've never had that. And that's all because we are Gateway.
They were given early consultation papers while Lewisham were looking to transfer the stock, and the tenants made their recommendations on what they want to see the Phoenix standard to be, which was far improved from the government standard.
I mean, I know somebody that's been involved with the tenant movement for a long time, and her family sat down and there was a debate over what colour the front door's got to be. You didn't have a debate, you had what you were given.
So the fact that the residents are involved does mean that we are getting it right first time.
The grounds maintenance contract went out to tender. Tenants were involved with that right from the offset.
We decided that we didn't want the grass cut 10 times a year, we wanted it cut 12 times a year. We wanted the grass cuttings taken away. We wanted a litter pick done before the grass was cut so you didn't get cardboard turned up.
The input that they gave to that in choosing the contractor to deliver the services was absolutely fantastic, and it was radical and it was new, and it's something which we will do again and again.
Because it makes our life a lot easier if we can get involvement with the tenants. They know when we're coming around to do the grass cutting, and it just makes the whole job run a lot smoother.
Our members shape how the organisation communicates so that it's residents talking to residents.
The newsletter is actually edited and run by residents.
A lady and her husband was sitting outside the cafe. Do you know what? She said, I'm so pleased with Phoenix. I really feel like I belong.
It's all the information. You tell us what's happening, you tell us when it's going to happen. And we've never been treated like that before. I feel part of something absolutely wonderful.
Good morning and welcome to the Gateway Radio Show here at Preston 103.2 FM, and we're going to be speaking to one of our residents now who lives on one of our estates. Being involved with Preston FM can actually help us target certain groups. They have around about 45,000 listeners, and those listeners are a complete footprint of everyone that lives on our estates.
We've got lots of Gateway residents who present here on Preston FM. I think it's a great way for Gateway to get messages out to their residents, as well as tell the rest of the city what's going on at Gateway and how they're working to improve people's lives.
It also talks to people in a more informative way and in a friendly way, because the people actually doing the show are people who actually live maybe in their area.
Of course, community gateway organisations are also looking beyond the bricks and mortar of our homes to the wider community.
We have a membership for people that aren't even residents of Greenfields properties, because it's about the community. You can't just have your own houses and then ignore the people in between.
Our empowerment teams have guaranteed funds, expertise and strategies dedicated to enabling resident groups to make a difference to their neighbourhoods.
It's about saying what you want in your area because you actually see it, you're living it, and you want to make it better.
This piece of land was called, I nicknamed it, No Man's Land. And I thought, well, I'm not going to be paying my rent looking out of my kitchen window at this. There was sinks, banks, sheds, all sorts of stuff in. So we took it to the board. The regeneration group gave us a grant, and this is the result. From no man's land to a perfect garden, what we call our paradise garden.
I got together with Gateway and we thought up the idea of trying to get these raised beds for vegetables to give out to the residents of the Filberts. So we applied for a grant, got a grant, and as you can see we got the raised beds made. Like I say, without Gateway we wouldn't have been able to manage all this. So thanks for Gateway, we've got a lot of spuds.
Well, the Watford Trust have been absolutely brilliant. Right from the word go, the support we got when we wanted to relaunch the Residents Association has been really second to none. They've given us the confidence to get on and do things, approach other people. I've had the confidence to approach Watford Football Club, and they're providing courses in here for the children. This is only through the trust and its empowerment officers. They're not just our landlords, let's be honest. They're there to give us more than that. That's what they promised, and at the moment that's what they're giving us.
It's nice that their presence is felt. We've seen signs up, but it's nice to actually come and talk to people and see what's going on.
And people get the information that they need, and people can also convey how they feel.
We know exactly who Phoenix are and what they're doing in the community, and it's brilliant. It's fantastic.
Our residents and staff have embraced Community Gateway and have together benefited from the change. It's been a positive experience which we continue to build on. Listening to residents' views is more than just a tick box exercise, it's the culture of Community Gateway. We don't just talk about working in this way, we do it every day, and as a result our services have improved and our communities are stronger.